Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Gone are the days of wrestling with our favorite LJN wrestling figures, trying to convince them to stand up. What's a guy to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get on Etsy and look up 4 Left 3D Creations and get yourself these amazing custom LJN figure stands. There is a custom stand available for every single one of your LJN Wrestling Superstar figures. Make your display shine by grabbing these custom LJN stands from 4 Left 3D Creations today.
Hello everybody, Jason of New Age Revolution. Down here in the cave for a quick video. I am continuing on the classic retro vintage whatever 80s television show on DVD adventure, I guess. It's how I spend most of my evenings. I've said it many times. My evenings are spent with television, and I love it. It's my de-stressor. It's my release. It's my alone time. It's my coping mechanism. And I only watch classic stuff. I don't watch any modern television. I've mentioned that several times. Sorry, just fixing up the table here. Somebody ruffled something. I don't watch any modern television. I really don't watch any modern television. I'm trying to think of the last show. I mean, we watched the show, the Go Big Show. Remember that? Like Cody Rhodes did it, and it was just kind of like an America's Got Talent type of show. We watched that because we were watching AEW and Cody Rhodes was affiliated with it. That's probably the last like modern or current television show that I've watched. We have no cable providers. We have no satellite providers. We have a few streaming sites that I don't bother going to. So I literally only watch classic television for 99.9% on disc. I don't stream anything. I don't watch anything. I know Tubi's got some good shows, but I don't watch any of that. So I have been watching the latest show that I'm about to complete is The Greatest American Hero. And I, of course, own this and have for years and never even really cracked it open until now. 9 discs, 43 episodes. It's from Mill Creek, and Mill Creek always does some kind of bizarre backwards packaging, and I'll show you that in a minute. They never package their stuff correctly. Discs fall out, they're damaged, whatever. We'll look at that in a minute. Now, I chose this show because, as per my memory, it's one of the first shows that I enjoyed watching as a very young kid. This came out in 1981. And so I was all of 5 years old when this was on television. But as hard as it might be for some to believe, I remember it. I remember the theme song. I remember the suit. I remember, William Katt flying. That's about it. I don't remember anything else about the show as a kid. But I remember this was one of my first shows. The Incredible Hulk and Dukes of Hazzard, as I've mentioned. So I wanted to watch this. I have 4 episodes left. There's 3 seasons, and I have 4 episodes left. I'll finish this probably by Monday night, and I'll move on to another show, which we'll also talk about. But is it any good? Is The Greatest American Hero any good? If I could only choose yes or no, I would probably choose yo, right? I would choose in the middle of yes and no. I don't remember it as a kid, obviously, because I was 5 or 6 when I was watching it, but it's from 1981, 1982, 1983. Is it the best show in the history of television? No, it's not. But it's okay. It's good enough. It's got William Katt, Robert Culp, and Connie Selica as the three main characters. William Katt is Ralph Hinckley. I'll put some photos up. William Katt is Ralph Hinckley, and Robert Culp is an FBI agent who, in the first episode, is affiliated, connected with Ralph Hinckley through circumstance. They're not really supposed to ever meet. They do. They're in a car together, and they are approached by aliens. A spaceship comes down. They're both kind of in shock. They're both staring at it. Little green men come out, and they give Ralph Hinckley the suit and the instructions, which is conveniently left behind and lost. So Ralph Hinckley has no idea how to use the suit. And the suit is basically a gift from the aliens to help Earth work itself out. So from that point on, Ralph Hinckley and what's his name? Bill Maxwell, Robert Culp, the FBI agent, are affiliated. They're tied at the hip. Every episode is about Bill Maxwell as the FBI agent helping to solve a crime. Ralph Hinckley gets involved with the suit, helps solve the crime, blah, blah, blah. That's it. Connie Selica, who is a pretty gal in 1981, 1982. I want to say that Connie Selica has always been married to John Tesh. Is that where I know Connie Selica from? But back then, I'm guessing she's in her 20s, and she's nice. She's nice to look at, indeed. I'm just looking at the back. The back says that there are guest stars, including Bob Saget. And Bob Saget has not yet been on the show. So I don't know if there's going to be Bob Saget in the final 4 episodes. I don't know. But Bob Saget from 1982 is apparently in The Greatest American Hero. Ralph Hinckley's a school teacher. He teaches special education, as it is known then. Basically, kids who are just bad, bad high school kids that are all in their 20s, I'm sure. And for some reason, in the first 2 seasons, the high school kids play a much bigger role in almost solving the crimes too. Like it's just such a bizarre teacher-student relationship. It would never happen. It's not real life. But the students get involved with the crimes as well, and they Ralph Hinckley befriends like 4 of these students, and they're all hanging out, and they're all way closer than they should be. And the kids are also helping to solve the crimes, like I've said, which is just silly. But by the 3rd season, the kids are kind of phased out, especially Michael Paré, who's plays Tony in the show, and he's almost like they almost make him into a main character. But anyway, here's the gist of it. Ralph Hinckley gets the suit, and he's got superpowers that he doesn't know how to use, especially the flying. It's very silly. This is a very dated show with extremely dated special effects, and it's cheesy. It's cheesy to the point where my 11-year-old says this is bad. Ralph Hinckley, of course, has to fly because he's Superman-ish character, but he can't fly. So all of the flying is done with this horrible green screen, and he's, whoa, and he can't fly. Even when he's trying to solve like a serious crime, and there's a semi-serious moment in The Greatest American Hero, if that's even possible, he's still doing the, I can't fly. And he's crashing into buildings, and he crashes through windows, and he can't figure out how to fly. He also has to take 3 steps and then jump to fly. And you see, every time he does that, you see a strategically placed trampoline behind a car, behind a bush, and you see Ralph Hinckley actually bounce off the trampoline and then jump out of frame and land on some kind of crash pad, I assume. But you don't get to see the trampoline, but you get to see the weird, over-exaggerated bounce off of the trampoline. He learns that the suit is bulletproof, but his face is not, so he has to cover his head when he's being shot, in the chest, of course. Later on in the series, the suit allows him to disappear. It allows him to use Jedi mind tricks on people and control their minds. And it allows him to hold his breath underwater longer. It allows him to feel, fire doesn't hurt his hands, extreme cold doesn't hurt. So he's basically invincible. In this, but some of the funniest, dated scenes are when he's he's running super fast, and all they do is just speed up the shot. So you see him like running, like, you know, he's running at normal speed, and then they just fast forward, and so he's just running really silly. He can stop cars, so he jumps in front of a car and grabs the bumper, and then they cut to his feet, and his feet are like scraping the ground, and smoke's coming up, and he's stopping the car. And that's it. It's cheesy, and it's funny, and it's very dated when it comes to, you know, special effects. You can always tell when a stuntman is being used. You know, the crash scenes where Ralph is crashing through a window or landing on top of somebody. You can tell that there's a dummy involved. You can always tell that there's a stunt double, and it's fine. Robert Culp is fantastic. I don't know if you've ever seen anything with him. He's a great actor. He's got great facials. He just really, I think he's the star of the show. Connie Selleck is nice to look at. William Katt is okay, funny. Robert Culp's great. It's a crime solving show. It's a cheesy, family friendly crime solving show with Robert Culp as the FBI agent trying to solve the crimes. He's got this ace in the hole with Ralph Hinckley, with The Greatest American Hero. And, you know, he uses them all the time. He's always calling, hey, we got another case for you. And Ralph's like, oh, man, I don't want to do this anymore. But come on, Ralph, you're with it. It's kind of one of those. So they solve all these crimes. Anyway, I don't know if it has a final episode. So I don't know if there's a finale. I kind of have the feeling that this show just wasn't picked up again for season 4. So we might not get like a big grand finale where they give the suit back to the aliens or somebody dies. I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't looked ahead, but whatever. So that's it. Greatest American Hero, Greatest American Show? No. I haven't had to choke any episodes down. I've quit on an episode just because I was distracted and doing other stuff, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to skip this episode. But otherwise, I'm fairly invested. I don't look at my phone while I'm watching the show. I don't do other things. I sit and I watch the show, and some of them are enticing and they capture my attention, and I care. There's a few shows when they ended, I was smiling and laughing and said that was a good episode. It's fine. If you want to go and relive your childhood, go watch Greatest American Hero. Not the greatest show in the world, but it's silly and it's dated and it's you know, wouldn't hold up as they say today, but it's fine. What am I going to watch next? I've decided to watch a combination of things. I have a massive amount of cartoons that I have not watched any of them. I have watched G.I. Joe only, and I've got probably 50 cartoon sets, and I've not watched any of them. So I'm going to start off with a small one. I'm going to watch probably Rambo, which is only 5, it's a season, so it's probably like 5 to 7 episodes. I'm going to watch Rambo, and I'm going to dive into a show that is going to make me sad. I don't want to watch this show, but I do. And it's a show I've seen before, so I'm probably doing this wrong. I've got so many shows that I haven't seen, but I'm going to watch a show that I have seen. It won't take me long. It's half-hour episodes. I'll definitely watch 2 or 3 a night because they're so good. But the show is just so emotional for me. And now that I have kids, it's going to be even worse. But I'm going to watch The Wonder Years. And it's going to be tough because that's a tough show to watch. It just is. But I'm going to watch The Wonder Years. It was a toss-up between The Wonder Years and the Friday the 13th, the TV series. But I'm going to go with Rambo the cartoon and The Wonder Years, and we're going to watch those now. And of course, we'll talk about them as I complete them. Wonder Years is tough. Wonder Years is not an easy show to watch. It's a fantastic show. It's one of my top 3 favorite shows of all time, and the top 3 are all tied at number 1. So I have 3 favorite shows of all time. But it's just hard to watch. It's just a tearjerker, and but I'll watch it. I'll watch Rambo. Greatest American Hero is in the books. Good show. Decent show. Whatever. Would I watch it again? I don't have to. Am I going to sell it and get rid of it? No, I'm going to keep it. Wonder Years and Rambo's next. We will do a Nintendo episode. When can I? I mean, hopefully sometime this weekend. We'll do more LJN stuff. I wanted to talk about, somebody asked me in comments, did I ever make wrestling magazines for my figures? And yes, I did. Do I have them to show you? God, no. That would be priceless to me. But I did make them, and I can spend some time talking to you about them. What else are we going to do? Stuff. Everything else that we do here on the channel, we will continue to do. All right, that is it. We will see you all next time. Greatest American Hero. It's a solid meh. Good night now.